if the fantastic Mr. Fox characters were actually charged for their crimes. Fox starts off the film with a farm infiltration. His sneaky nature makes it easy for him to kill and make off with some of the livestock. He's a cunning animal for sure, he's also a cunning criminal.
I used to do this professionally, and I was very successful at it. I taped this for my records, so don't make a lot of sounds. Meaning stop rocking.
Fox can't stay away from capers. He becomes inspired to get back in the game. He starts by recording his ideas for infiltration. That's major evidence for a criminal conspiracy. The first part of Fox's plan proceeds on the Boggis farm. This starts off with him drugging the guard dog. He then walks right into the first farm. So far, so good. Well, so far, 2 crimes.
Who's it gonna be?
Not me.
You know who could do this part easily is Christopherson. That kid's like a...
Why don't we run that way? There's no obstacles.
Yeah, that's better.
True to his fox nature, Fox kills 3 chickens. It was gonna be 2, but Kylie couldn't bite. So Fox gets all of the pleasure of killing and all of the crime. This also counts as theft for stealing livestock. Fox's caper continues by drugging 3 more dogs. He doesn't harm them as much as the chickens. Still, it's not a good look and it is a crime. The Bunce farm is next for Fox's 3-course caper. This time, he does more breaking and entering than trespassing. He also makes off with plenty of meat. Another successful heist for the expert thief.
What's with all the wolf talk? Can we give it a rest for once?
The third heist is for the cider of Bean's farm. It gets started with Fox breaking and entering. He's got this thievery almost down to a science.
What I tell you, this kid's a natural, am I right?
Fox's cider swiping is a success. He makes off with plenty of alcoholic beverages. He's good at his job, even if it is illegal.
I gotta kind of feel out the vibe. Begin. Come on!
Fox is so natural at his crimes, he just stumbles into them with grace. When digging for shelter, he ends up in the middle of the Boggis hatchery. While he finds a new home for his community, he's also breaking and entering. His breaking and entering continues on the farms of Bean and Bunce as well. He ends up creating an intricate network of tunnels. It's neat, but it's also breaking the law. Fox swipes a motorcycle with Kylie. It seems weird that there would be a vehicle his size. Still, this counts as Grand Theft Auto, considering it's probably not their own.
You know, wouldn't it be surprising if...
Open it.
Fox's last kind act is to break into a grocery store. While it does feed his crew, it's still breaking and entering. Even when he does something nice, Fox always finds a way to break the law. He'll probably take credit for the theft as well. Felicity shares the life of Mr. Fox. This includes his opening crime. It's easy to understand why she wants out of this line of work. It's dangerous to trespass on farms with trigger-happy farmers. It's also illegal.
I'm gonna find him, and I'm gonna bring him back.
I know you will.
Contact!
Felicity gets to join in on the exciting climax. She gets to light the circuits that explode the street. Quite the jump from trespassing to arson.
What's that smell?
Ash finally gets the chance to commit a crime. It's a bit late in the movie, but he still does it. He breaks into a kitchen for a daring mission. He's got guts. He's also now got a criminal record. Ash proceeds to swipe some pastries. Well, okay, he eats them. You know what we mean. It's also theft. Kylie comes along for much of Fox's crimes. He starts by offering advice on Fox's latest caper. He doesn't seem too put off by it. In fact, he seems more concerned about how Fox observes dogs. Kylie joins Fox on his first raid of a farm. He seems to tag along for missions very willingly. As long as he doesn't have to deal with lightning, he doesn't seem bothered by the electric fence. Kylie becomes more involved with the Bunce farm. He seems to be getting the hang of this farm caper business. He might be suited for a life of crime. Kylie is in for a penny and in for a pound, so it's on to the third farm. He goes right along with Fox's plan for breaking and entering. He's loyal, if not law-abiding. Kylie helps Fox with pilfering the cider. No questions were asked for this opossum. He might have to answer for this theft though. Kylie sticks by Fox. He's literally along for the ride with his motorcycle swiping.
Is that it? Okay. All right.
There's another one.
Ah, good. You made it. Anybody see it?
Must say, I'm pleased to be invited, but I'm not sure I should be doing this, Uncle Foxy.
Christopherson gets roped into Fox's third farm heist. He raises objections, but doesn't back out. He's in too deep now, sharing the crime of breaking into the next farm. Christopherson proves helpful by shoving away Rat. He's pretty clever for his first infiltration. It's also his first assault charge in the film. The kid's first heist is a success. He makes off with the cider alongside Fox. While it gains the appreciation of the thief, it also earns him his first theft charge.
Why'd you take your shoes off? So I don't break your nose when I kick it.
Christopherson defends his family from a bully. He does take his fighting too far. He's pretty skilled, but he's also committing assault.
I modified this tube sock.
Christopherson joins Ash on their kitchen mission. He's getting very good at breaking and entering. Then again, he did learn from the master. Christopherson shares in the crime of swiping pastries with Ash. What a delicious case of theft. Clive only has one crime, but it's a big one. His skills with explosives lead him to launching arson upon a town. While it might save the day, it's also a very serious crime.
Y'all are trespassing now, illegally. You're getting a little long in the tooth yourself, partner. It's my job.
Rat works for security at Bean's farm. He gets into his job by brandishing a knife on the intruding fox. That's far too extreme for stopping an unarmed animal.
I can see the resemblance.
Rat beats up Ash and prepares for a capture. He's very physical about assaulting this poor fox. He seems to take vicious delight in his crime. Rat takes out his knife again when assaulting Felicity. She's right to call him psychopathic. And Rat's rampage continues by assaulting Fox. This doesn't work out too well for him though. It's his last bout with his weapon. The lesson is, don't mess with protective animals. Oh, and don't fight near electricity. Walt cooperates with Frank's plan to hunt down the animals. His loyalty to his fellow farmers is admirable. His devotion to killing animals, not so much. Walt goes along with the other farmers in their dig. He also shares their crime of destroying Fox's home. Walt follows orders and shoots at Fox in the climax as well. He's taken orders from Frank, but this is still quite an assault charge. Nate stands strong with his farmer friends. He also fires at Fox and Kylie. When in Rome, I guess. Nate joins in the digging for the animals. Under Frank's orders, this is an aggressive dig. It's a dig so deep, it destroys homes. Nate joins in the climactic shootout as well. Well, it's not much of a shootout. His men are armed to the teeth against these unarmed animals. It's unfair and illegal.
Any Fox problems?
Joking.
It's horrible.
We're miserable.
He's laughing at us.
It's humiliating.
We're furious.
I don't even want to talk about it.
Perhaps we ought to kill him.
Well, that seems rather obvious.
He's too sneaky.
Frank assures the farmers he's a cunning shot. He couldn't just say it though. He somehow has to fire off a few rounds. That's rather dangerous, but perhaps that's the point. He is the villain of this story after all. Frank leads an assault on Fox and Kylie. He manages to shoot off Fox's tail. That's an aggressive method of revenge for a farmer. Frank isn't playing around. He wants these critters gone and is determined to dig them out. This results in the destruction of property, even if it only looks like digging to him. Bean gets rather cruel with his methods of flushing out the animals. He does so with his own cider. While the animals probably appreciated the cider, they probably didn't want to drown in it. Frank is pretty cruel when capturing Christopherson. Toss another animal cruelty charge onto his record.
They want to trade the son for his papa.
It's later revealed that Frank is holding Christopherson hostage. It just keeps on getting worse with this guy.
Kill him!
Even when Frank has all the animals cornered, he still keeps shooting. This guy needs to get over these animals.